Hello and welcome. I'm Lorianne Lumbee with Authentic Freedom Academy, and this is our Friday spiritual service. Today is Friday, August 6th, 2021. And I just want to thank everyone for being here today, those that are here live and those who will join via the archived recording at another time. So let's take a few moments and allow ourselves to arrive in this space. So I'll invite you to close your eyes and to draw your awareness into the center of your heart. Allowing that rhythm of your heartbeat to remind you that you're alive, that you're here, that you're well. And with your attention centered in that heart space, allowing that rhythm to ease you into a gentle, quiet, still space. And we'll take a few moments in silence as we allow ourselves to arrive in that space. And as we allow ourselves to land in that still space, I want to share with you a reading from Luke's Gospel. And this is from chapter 9. Then Jesus called the 12 together and gave them power and authority over all demons and to cure disease. And he sent them out to proclaim the kingdom of God and to heal. He said to them, "Take nothing for your journey, no staff, nor bag, nor bread, nor money, not even an extra tunic. Whatever house you enter, stay there and leave from there. Wherever they do not welcome you, as you are leaving that town, shake the dust off your feet and walk away." So the 12 departed and went through the villages, bringing good news and curing diseases everywhere. I chose that reading for today because it feels like this is where we have come to. We are at a place where we have been successful in diving deep into our own journey, doing our own inner work, holding ourselves accountable to our compulsive behaviors, our woundedness, and doing the necessary work of healing and transforming those wounds so that we can be more free to be love and peace in the world. The work that we have done for ourselves and of ourselves has been excruciating. At the same time, there has been great liberation and relief. For each time we conquer one of our own inner demons, transform our own fears, release societal conditioning, transform and move beyond our traumas. Each time we do that, we are embodying more and more of our most authentic self, allowing the divine that is within us to move more freely. In this work, we have come to a place where we are able to more fully be love and peace and wisdom and discernment in our world. It seems as if we are those who have gone before. We have done this work as a training in preparation for where we find ourselves at this place in our human evolution. And it seems as if we have arrived at a time where our presence, our gifts, our prayer, our listening ear, our understanding heart, our empathy and compassion is being called upon. We are being sent forth, if you will, into the world to share what we have learned, to demonstrate our becoming, to hold that space of love for those who are not able to hold it themselves. The service that we are called to is a different kind of service than the ways in which we've been conditioned. This is not about sacrificing ourselves for the sake of others. Neither is it about forsaking our own needs to take care of others, nor are we the rescuers, and neither are we the mind changers. It is not our job to save the dying world. It is not our job to enable people in their compulsions, their habits, their addictions, their fears, their projections. Instead, it is our job to be love. And to be that love in our own unique way, relating to our own unique gifts and calling. This week, the word that has been in my face over and over and over is the word triage. And this, it seems, is what we are being called to. To be ready for those in search of guidance, support, comfort. Most importantly, to be ready for those who are looking for tools. Because again, we are not here to enable. We are here to provide example and resources through which others can begin to take responsibility for their own woundedness and do the necessary work of healing and transforming those wounds so that they are not drawn into the quicksand of a world in chaos. It seems that we have arrived at a tipping point, and we don't have to look far to see symptoms of that tipping. Human beings acting in irrational and confusing and sometimes cruel ways. People acting as if they are in a constant state of panic. Observing people's unmanaged anxiety coming out sideways. Anxiety that is surfacing in the face of that over which they have no control. We are not in control of death. And the world that we have known, as we have known it, is dying. We cannot, nor should we try, to stop that dying, and we definitely can't control how, when, where, or in what form that dying takes place. What we can do is learn to be comfortable with discomfort, knowing that as chaos unfolds, as parts of the world are burning, as conflicts are increasing, sitting in that place of rapt wonder, detached observation, and taking responsibility for the ways in which the external world might trigger our own anxiety or the wounds that remain unhealed. Taking responsibility within ourselves for how we respond to what's happening in our world. Reaction comes out of fear. Response comes out of discernment and wisdom gained through quiet mindfulness and observation. Reaction sparks more fear. Response creates openings, gives us ways to move about and manage the falling apart of what we have known. Our job is to do this for ourselves and to be ready for those who will begin to seek or will seek again for the support and tools that we have cultivated within and for ourselves. We are in a time of quickening, and we are in a time of winnowing. Many will cling to what they know. Many will react out of that fear. Our job is to not get wrapped up in that, but to stand back and watch and allow. Here we are invited to be support for one another and support for those who will be seeking our help. And that help, again, will take many forms depending on our own unique giftedness. I know for myself, one example was my Monday, which originally had nothing scheduled and ended up being about 7 hours on the phone, handling one triage call after another, after another. Work that I am happy to do for those who I know are doing their work. Another example for me is listening to those moments when I am called out of whatever I'm doing in the moment with the loud command of the universe that says, sit down, pray, send healing. Sometimes I've given a face and a name, but most of the time it's just general healing for our world that is breaking apart. Some are called to walk and talk, to be a companion for those who are unpacking what they're experiencing, their fears, their concerns, or maybe some of their own insights. Along with seeking triage support, there will also be those, and are those, who are awakening to their gifts. Women and men who are beginning to pay attention to their own intuitive insights and who are feeling comfortable enough, though probably a bit hesitant, to share those experiences with another. And in that sharing, finding support and affirmation and validation. This too may be how we are called. It's an exciting time, and it's a terrifying time for some. I, for one, am grateful for those in this circle who have been doing this deep inner work, who have been gathering as source of support for one another, and who are there at the ready to provide support for those increasing numbers of people that will be looking for comfort, support, guidance, and tools through which they too can find their way through the dying world into the new that has not yet come into form. The support that I received for us today through the Isis Oracle came with two faces. The first is the face of the Lady of the Stars, specifically the star Sirius, and the energy of Sirius is a high, very high vibrational energy. It is an energy that the Egyptians and other ancient cultures were highly attuned to. And when you research the placement of the pyramids and other ancient sites, there is always an alignment with Sirius. Sirius represents for many a place of origin, an energy that is of love, is expansive, and is of a much higher dimension than how we have been living on this plane. The incoming energies of Sirius that are continually glowing in our direction are the energies of transformation and evolution, inviting humanity to move beyond the three-dimensional world in which we've been living, a world that is defined by duality and separation, inviting us to move beyond that energy of separation towards one of union and love and compassion. The Lady of the Stars, the priestess of Sirius, invites us to remember these higher energies as our most authentic selves, to create the space in which we can embody and live from those energies, and to be vessels through which those energies can be transmitted and grounded into our world, transforming not only the world itself, but every being that lives upon it. The support that accompanies the priestess of Sirius is the divine guardian. She provides for us the protection of the winged mother. And these are her words of encouragement and support for us today. You are venturing through a time of significant spiritual growth and healing. There are many changes occurring internally, which will be reflected in your external world also soon. You are protected during these times by the love and strength of the winged mother, Lady Isis. You can relax and allow your transformation to happen. Let your divine guardian protect you now as you learn to let go and trust in your own unfoldment and the unfoldment of the world, all for the greatest good. That is our message for today.